Little follow-up video on ethics of the crawl space community. So I was called out here in Nashville to basically come behind another company. They installed this clean space system. It's a fancy word for a 20 million cap. Dehumidifier was installed wrong. Pump was installed wrong. This system's about 7 years old. And I guess at their annual maintenance, they're recommending full insulation removal, full mold remediation, dehu replacement, and replacement of the pump. The pump's wired improperly, so it's an easy fix. Dehumidifier isn't set properly. It's set where the backside of it's going against ductwork, so naturally it's not going to flow and do its job properly. There's no insulation in the floor joists. There's about a 150-foot section, like an add-on of the house, at the entrance that has insulation, but apparently they were talking about pulling insulation in the entire crawl space, but there's not any. There's not a speck of mold down here. I think this was an opportunity for this company to come out and just try to sell something to an unsuspecting homeowner. We'll talk about replacing the unit. We'll talk about fixing the sump pump, but we're not going to be talking about any insulation pulls, no mold remediation, because there's no need for it. This is one of the things that got me out of corporate America. I worked for several of these big corporate companies in my 20s, and they encouraged behavior like this. It was sell no matter what, even if you got to lie, no matter what it takes to get the business. And this is, these big 3-letter companies in the area that are telling us this. But this homeowner needs very little work. This thing just needs to be serviced yearly. In terms of the quality of the encapsulation, it's pretty poor. It's what you would expect from a corporate company. The entire foundation wall's covered, so you can't void it. You can't inspect it for termites. It's just really wrinkly. When you do walls and piers, you want to have 2 separate pieces. It looks like, you can see it's just really sloppily done work. And this company also charges about 30 to 40% higher than I do, and provides this type of quality. So the lesson of this is, obviously just because they're on a billboard or a nationwide company doesn't mean they're going to have ethics in mind. Doesn't mean they're going to take care of you. They can still come out here and do crap like this, like tell this person they need, all this work done that they don't even need. And, I've got to sit down with this homeowner and have this conversation and, basically, dispute what was told by this company. And, but we'll make things right for this homeowner. We'll fix it. We'll take care of the problems they're calling us out here for. But obviously this won't be a commission grab where we're coming out here and selling, mold remediation on clean wood or insulation pull where there's no insulation except at the entrance. And stay tuned. This will make some interesting content, just because not a lot of times do I get the opportunity to crawl my competitors' work. But I would say for a big corporate company with billboards all over Nashville, I'm not impressed. I know my guys do a lot better work than this, and also it costs a lot less. But stay tuned for the next one.